What's
Good
up?
morning, everyone. It is Tuesday. What is today? The 28th, Nicole?
The 28th. We are at the end of January. We're already a month into the year.
I know, we're close. Let me do some arranging here. There we go. How's that? Does that work? Here, let's move some things. Okay. It is what it is, right, Nicole?
Amen.
I'm holding back. I have a special guest. Don't come on the show yet. Oh, show your hand. Wave. If you can guess it, it's
Sasquatch.
So we have a special guest today I'm excited about. So we'll bring him out here shortly. And it is City Council Day today.
Yes, right? It is.
So we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about projects that are happening across the city of Weatherford. And yeah, it's going to be a fun show, I think.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything new?
We've got quite a few departments that sent in their updates this week, so we've got quite a bit of ground to cover.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Morning, Heidi.
Hey, good morning, Councilwoman Wilder. Welcome to the show. She always says smile.
She not only says smile, she says to hold a big smile. That's all she asks.
I'm gonna focus on the smile today to where it hurts. The whole time, awkwardly.
So, guys, if it's your first time watching, we typically rotate. So the first and third Wednesday, we talk economic development, rumor control, all that fun stuff. And then the second and fourth Tuesday, so the Tuesdays that coincide with City Council, we cover department projects and updates and anything going on and other fun city business. And then if there's a bonus week, so if there's a fifth Tuesday, we kind of just do, we've always had a topic to cover. So those are always our fun random weeks.
Yeah. All right. So today's Council Day. So let's get started.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Heath's mom too, by the way.
All right. Oh, go ahead, Nicole.
So city resources. So we always like to kick off every show by explaining some of the resources that we have that are free for the public to use. If we're going to spend time on them, we might as well have them available for you guys. So we have our city website, which has everything you could want to know, any ordinances, anything you could want to know or that has to do with the city is on weatherfordtx.gov. Then we have our city-run tourism website, experienceweatherford.com. That has information on local places to stay, from bed and breakfast to hotels, restaurants, events going on around town. So if you have an event happening inside our city limits, it's actually free to list the event. And if you're a business inside our city limits, it's also free to list yourself as well. Then we have our economic development website. So when businesses are looking at coming to town, it's a great place for them to go see why they should be here. And we do think all businesses should be here. And then we also have our downtown website, which is heritagesquareweatherford.com. And of course, we are on all major social media. So Facebook, you can find us at Weatherford, Texas. On Instagram, we're City of Weatherford. On Twitter, we're City Weatherford. On YouTube, we are just Weatherford. And of course, we are an agency on Nextdoor. So make sure that you register your address. So that way, when we send out notifications on street closures, on gas leaks, on water main breaks, all of that stuff, you can get notified if it's in the area that would be affecting you.
And then, of course, we have the My Weatherford app in conjunction with our city website. This is a great tool. It's free. You can download this off of the App Store or Google Play. It's developed by our very own Austin Nichols in our IT department. He worked very hard on this several years back, and so it's been very successful. You can pay your utility bill, You can look at pets for adoption, access all of those social media channels that Nicole mentioned. You can look at our GIS, our mapping system. So it's a great tool. I encourage you all to download that. My most favorite feature is the ability to take a picture of things like a pothole, for example, and that submits a service request to the appropriate department. And we try to get out and fix those as soon as we can. And the turnaround time is quite impressive. Most of the time, our departments can address a service request within 24 hours sometimes. So it's a very, very cool tool that you all should definitely download. And then, of course, we have City Council tonight. That is our wonderful City Council members in the photos in front of you. Of course, we'll be live streaming tonight on this same Facebook page. We'll be on Charter Spectrum channel 190 as well.
So just a couple agenda items. So like Blake said, 6:30 tonight in our City Council chambers here in City Hall. So we will be recognizing Weatherford Police Department Sergeant Jason Hayes on his recent completion of the FBI National Academy. So shout out to Jason there, guys. And then they will be discussing and considering the adoption of Resolution R 2020-02, amending the City of Weatherford's Neighborhood Traffic Calming Program. And then we will be considering a resolution ordering the May 2nd, 2020 general election for places 1 and 2, and also authorizing the mayor to execute the general notice of election and authorizing the mayor to contract Parker County Elections Administrator to administer our early voting and election day voting. If you want to know what else will be covered tonight or at any of our boards or commissions or meetings, you can always check them out at weatherfordtx.gov. And then if you search live meetings, it'll pull that up. And it's an archive of every meeting we've had in the past. Either it has the video or the audio and the agendas as well.
And then we have our second app, Experience Weatherford. Again, this is in conjunction with experienceweatherford.com. So you can actually download this app. It's free. It's on Google Play and the App Store. You could actually book a hotel here in the city of Weatherford. You can actually plan your trips, check out all events and business listings. If you're a business, you can add your business for free. If you have an event within the city limits, you can add that event also for free. And Experience Weatherford is our tourism brand, and there's some exciting things coming up this year in regard to Experience Weatherford, but we're not ready to disclose that yet, right, Nicole?
Correct.
It's a surprise.
So then we've got department updates. So we're going to kick things off with water. So the North Main Street project, we get a lot of questions about this. I know there's a lot of commentary on Facebook because we keep an eye out on all of that stuff. So the contractor is making the final connections to the new water main on all side streets. They will notify any customers if you will be affected by placing door tags on your house or business so before the interruption, and each interruption should take less than 4 hours. The contractor will also be transferring private service lines over to the new water main, and it only affects one house or residence at a time. You will also be notified ahead of time for that. And then due to colder temperatures, TxDOT has been delaying the repaving of North Main Street, which, like we said a couple weeks ago, was already the plan before we needed to come in and do those water pipe updates and renovations. So they actually had told us they were going to wait until February or March, but we are actually being told that they could start as early as this week. So we're kind of hoping that kicks off soon for everyone. And also still on the North Main Street project, the contractor is installing a water main on Weatherford Street between Elm Street and North Main Street. And they are starting to do asphalt repair on all of the side streets that have been interrupted by the construction. Then over on Bowie Street, on the Bowie Street water line project, they are installing a 12-inch water line near Shirley Middle School. And then it's replacing the existing 6-inch water line there. And that contractor actually will be performing the cleanup of the site and the asphalt repairs there. And then over at Bankhead Highway, they are installing a new sewer line along Bankhead Highway near the Pythian home. So watch out for those crews on the side of the street.
Yep, and I went to Bankhead the other day, actually, Nicole, and I saw them working on that. So I was wondering what was taking place, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, it is time for our special guest. We have the man in front of you in that picture, the one, the only. Bring him up here. Chief Rust.
Hey.
All right, I'm going to take off my headphones, okay? So
yeah, just make sure you move the mic away from the speaker bar.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay. We good? Can you hear us, Nicole?
Yeah.
Okay. Tight squeeze.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Good,
You doing
man.
all right today?
Doing well, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, this is the first
I
time.
gotta look at that guy the whole
You gotta look at
time,
that.
man.
And
All right.
he's so handsome, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Is this your first time on the show?
It is. What's been so long?
Well, to book you, you're so busy. It's hard to. We had to contract you.
Yeah,
I know, like it's hard to get you. So we have you here. Of course, we've had you live. I think when we did the blood drive, Battle of the Badges, we were live inside the blood bank trailer. Or, what do you call that? Bus? Yeah.
Yep.
So we had you live then, and I think your wife was there too, right? The missus was there, or was that Chief Arnold's wife?
I'm foggy.
You're
You know what I remember best?
He's such a celebrity. He doesn't even know when he's on TV.
You know what I remember best? You and Nicole down at the station.
Yeah.
And we were doing some training, rescue training.
Yeah.
How's your knot tying skills? Have you been practicing? There's a
He's lost it all.
Could you
No, I can't. No. Okay, so I know we're digressing right now, but I've had the honor of getting to work with you for 6 years now. I've been with the city, so
I didn't think you'd make it that long.
I didn't either.
Me neither. I didn't think I'd make it that long.
So, I've done a lot of the trainings with the fire department. It's been a lot of fun. One time, and I think I'm about to do it again in April. Do a simulator where I drove an actual fire engine, and I wrecked. But in my defense, the settings were set to freezing weather, frozen roadways in the mountains. So,
worst case scenario.
And I think I was going 90 on the simulator. So that was fun. And then you taught me how to tie different types of knots, and I need to take that class again.
When all else fails, just make a big knot, right? Just
keep
granny knot.
over and over and over.
Given instructions on one simple knot like 15 times because it was one knot that would work for anything.
One knot. Well, I don't.
Well,
I have one that
at
works.
least if it was the only knot he would remember, it would be the most important knot.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to work on that.
Well, Jonathan says he loves Tom Selleck, so there's that.
Who was that?
Jonathan Stanley.
That's right.
Sorry, that was funny. I never thought of it until now. I really do need his autograph now. All right.
Right?
Pick on you too, right? Okay. All right. So you have some information here for us and we're going to ask you about the training that's taking place today and tomorrow as well over at Weatherford College. So I'm going to give the mic to you.
Okay.
And you can talk about the program that you want to talk about, and I'll step out of the way, and you can have the mic. And
Okay.
All right.
All right. Sweet. Well, hello, everybody, again. Glad to be here and spend a little time with you, and always enjoy an opportunity to talk about the good things that the fire department's doing to build a strong community. We have some special training and special opportunity this week. Weatherford College is going to be demolishing one of the old dorms. I believe it's Couts Hall. They reached out to us and asked that if we would like to have the facility to do some training. And of course, for firefighters, the hands-on training probably is we good? All right. Hands-on training is probably the best training for firefighters. So we're getting to do some evolutions before they tear this building down. We're getting to extend our fire hoses, our lines into buildings and do searches. And so we're there today. We had a drill this morning. I believe there's some more after lunch. So if you drive down near the college, you'll probably see some emergency vehicles, and that's just us training. We'll be there tomorrow and Thursday as well. So we've got a lot of exciting things going on in the fire department. Annually, we put together a hiring process. So we're on the tail end of that, of coming up with a list that we'll use for the next year to fill vacancies. We had a big retirement this year. One of our battalion chiefs, James Berry, I think James ended up having 36 years of service to the city of Weatherford in the fire department. He retired, and we have been, that started a cascade of retirements. And so we've had a lot of firefighters preparing for promotional exams. It's highly competitive. And when a battalion chief retires, it starts a cascade of retirements from that position all the way down to entry level. And we're about to wrap that up. So specifically what I came today to try to promote was to draw a little attention to our ride-along program. We do have on the city website, if you go to the fire department, you'll notice on the left side, there's a tab you can click on about our special events and projects. And you can look there and find additional information. But we, much like probably most people are familiar with or have seen citizens riding out with the police department when they're out on patrol, we have a similar program, a ride-along program, where you can sign up for a ride out and, spend time with the fire stations with the firefighters in the stations and see what a shift is like for a firefighter. Get to ride along on calls. You get to, if we're training that day, you can at least watch, perhaps depending on what the training is, maybe participate, maybe tie a few knots like Blake attempted, and just get a feel for what your firefighters are doing on a regular day, so to speak. So if you're interested in that, if you'll go to the website, you'll see an email address, and that's to Angela King Bush, who's our administrative assistant, and you can reach out to her, and she can send you information, a packet to fill out, so that we can get you scheduled to ride out. You can also call, and that's 817-598-4292. That's on the website as well. And Angela is out of the office today, so but Monday through Friday, typically 8 to 5, you can call during business hours and set something up. So
Chief, are you saying if we want to do the ride-along program, we can actually go to the firehouse and with whatever other activities they have going on that day, go on calls with them, get a little bit of taste of what they deal with on a daily basis?
That's correct.
So do we have to commit the full 12 hours, the full shift, or can you just come for a part of the day? Is this like when you're in it, you're 7 to 7 with them?
We make it a maximum of a 12-hour day. But you can, if you want to do an 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever your schedule allows, we can certainly make arrangements for that. It would probably be a better experience if you came in when the shifts start. If you started your ride out with firefighters beginning their shift, because you can see all the things they do in their morning routines. A lot of firefighting is just being prepared. So that's something that we would like for people to see when they ride out with us. Is we check all the trucks, inventory everything, start every engine we have, chainsaw, the fire engines. We check, make sure the pump has water in it. We do a station cleaning, and then the guys generally either work out or have breakfast. But yeah, you'd just be there and you'd be embedded with the crew, and so you'd pretty much be a firefighter for the day, with the exception of we're not going to give you any gear or put you in any dangerous situations. So
we did get the question from Jonathan saying, is it just Fire Station 1 or are all 4 stations participating?
It's not limited to Station 1. It would really just depend upon the day that you would like to ride out and what activities we already have planned for that day. Station 1 is a good choice. Station 1 is the busiest fire station. So, most people that want to ride out probably want to respond in a fire engine with lights and sirens. So you have the best shot of doing that if you ride out at Station 1, but it's not absolute that it has to be Station 1.
Okay, thank you.
I want to go back to the training that you have occurring at Weatherford College. So someone asked if you could go into more details about what they're specifically doing during the training that started this morning at 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. and give us more details. It'll start again at this afternoon around 1:30, and then tonight. So give us more specific details about that training, Chief, and let us know what they're doing over there.
Well, we can't set fire to anything, so you won't see any smoke. We're not going to burn the place down, but.
Hey, Nicole, clear my schedule about starting a fire at Counts, okay?
I thought he just said we could start fires. I mean, you're there to put it out, right?
But we are simulating. And so, we'll be running skills. Part of the skills that we do is obviously getting the fire hose and the nozzle from the fire engine to where the fire is, and the coordination of stretching that line. Also, while we're trying to get a nozzle in position to extinguish the fire, we have other skills going on a real fire. We'll have someone assigned to do a search, especially if there's a possibility of victims being inside. So there'll be a search going on while there's an attempt to put an attack on the fire. We also we ventilate. You may have seen fire scenes, or even perhaps on the news, where firefighters are on roofs of homes that are burning, and you think, why in the world would you be on the roof if there's a fire burning inside the home? Well, when we're combating the heat and the flames, we're also combating the smoke, and so the smoke is obscuring our visibility. It's making things more difficult on us to look for victims and to find where the fire is. It's not like some of these shows you see on television when, a Hollywood fire, you walk in and pyrotechnics and stuff, and you can see across the room and you see flames. And really, most of our fires, there's zero visibility, and we can't really use our eyes to find the fire. We feel the heat, the radiant heat from the fire, and we see a glow. But the building's usually so full of smoke that you can't really see. You wouldn't probably be able to see your hand in front of your face, and that's why we try to get under the smoke and crawl. So you could imagine cutting a hole in the roof. You exhaust all this heat and all this smoke. Now all of a sudden, conditions immediately improve. It's safer for the firefighters. It increases the odds that if there is someone unconscious in there, it gives them more time for us to find them in better conditions. So those are the sort of things we'll be practicing, is stretching our lines for a fire attack, doing search and rescue, and as well probably some ventilation.
Okay.
So awesome.
Chief, when I went to y'all's forcible entry training a while back, they let me go inside with them. And honestly, if it hadn't been for that little device they had that reads the body heat, literally less than a foot inside that building, I couldn't even see my own hand, which was apparently 6 inches from my face.
So
my hand was literally 6 inches from my face, and I couldn't see or feel my hand.
Yes. And you hear people say, I'm claustrophobic, but, I think it's just human nature. None of us, like that feeling, and, to varying degrees. But part of being a firefighter becomes being comfortable being in dark environments where you can't really see your surroundings. And the little device you mentioned, it's changed the game for us. That technology has really improved our ability to find fires and be able to get through buildings. And that's the thermal imaging camera. And so it sees through the smoke and gives us a video display. And items are on the screen and colored by their temperature. So we're actually seeing the heat. We can see, almost like looking at currents and convection currents and stuff. We can see where the heat is radiating from, and that sort of thing. So it's definitely made firefighting safer and more efficient for us, that technology. But yeah, if you have any claustrophobia at all, it will come out when you go into a smoky building and can't see your hand in front of your face, and you're wearing a breathing apparatus on top of that. So,
well, thank you for coming on the show today. So
you bet.
We need to get you on more often, Chief.
Yeah, I enjoy it. So I'd love to come back anytime.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I wish I had like an applause soundtrack or something. Give you a round of applause.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I do.
backdraft or something next time.
We could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. But I want to work on the mustache though when you come back. Maybe I'll have a mustache.
Okay.
You think I could do it? You think I can pull it off?
Do we think it's going to be a real mustache or a fake mustache? Is the
Hey.
real question.
I didn't specify fake or real, though, did I? So I might could grow that.
I think you could probably do it, man.
Yeah.
You look like you've got some stubble there already. It wouldn't take
Stubble.
long. So.
Wow. You know when Chief Russ tells you got stubble, it's a depressing day right there. So, hey,
Enjoy
thanks
it.
again.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate
Ride
it.
along program. I want to see y'all sign up. So love to have you. Thank you.
See you, Chief. Have a good one. All right. Let me get Nicole back up here.
So I won't lie, there's going to be a delay in our comments, guys. I don't know if you guys were with us last week, but there was a update to our live stream service and the connection between Facebook and that. The comments are coming in faster on the service I can't comment and reply from than they are on Facebook.
Yes. Scott Terry says, stay safe, brother.
All right. Thank you, Scott. You too.
You too, Scott, is what Chief said. All right. That was fun.
Yeah.
We got to get Chief on more often. He's a good guy. And he wears me out because he makes me do all the training. So I get tired.
Oh, you love
it. I do love it. It is
Yes.
fun. All right. Parks and Rec updates. Let's get
Sweet.
back to the slides here. Go for it.
Yeah,
Nicole.
so if you are looking for a summer job, or if you have a child looking for a summer job, or know someone looking, we are going to be putting up, our Parks Department is, the application for all pool positions and summer camp counselors, and that will be in the first part of February, so keep an eye out on the website for that. We're really excited about that. Also, this weekend is First Monday Trade Days, so again, it's this weekend. The weather is supposed to be beautiful. It might be a little chilly, but we are supposed to have a ton of vendors out there. It's a great opportunity to not only shop and spend time outside, but to get to know other local residents and the local business owners. And that is from Friday the 31st through Sunday, February 2nd, since like I said, we're at the end of the month. And then they actually have 2 slides. Because if you want to know about all of the events coming up this year, this is our special events calendar. You can find it on the website at weatherfordtx.gov and then go to the Parks Department page. So if you're wanting to see the full event calendar and see things as they change, weatherfordparks.com has the full calendar. We've got flyers, more information on all of the things coming up there.
And you can also see this calendar at experienceweatherford.com. So all of the parks events are listed there. You can also learn about our partner program, which is our sponsorship program at experienceweatherford.com. And you can be a sponsor at all of these or some of these events that you see listed. So if you're a business owner or a manager at a business and you're watching the show right now, go to experienceweatherford.com, click on partner program, and you can see the whole sponsor deck to kind of give you an idea of what you can participate in. So lots of cool opportunities. All right, brush collection. We are in quadrant 4 this week. So if you're in quadrant 4, that would be south of Fort Worth Street to the city limit line, east of South Main to Santa Fe and connecting streets. And then next week will be quadrant 1. So we'll start it all over again. And you can see all of the bullet points of the area that includes quadrant 1 right there. So plan ahead. Again, this week, quadrant 4. Next week, quadrant 1.
And we always get a lot of emails and questions about it. So I've talked to our sanitation department. Shout out to Troy Dickey over there for helping us out. People always want to know, hey, I put my stuff out on Monday. It wasn't picked up. So our bulk operates based off of the truck fills up. When it's full, it goes to landfill, comes back. So if you have your stuff out, the only guarantee we have is have it out by Monday at 7 a.m. on your pickup week. So if you're next week, it's the 1st, and it does operate by full weeks. So if Monday is not the first day in the month, then it would not. But next week does start off. The Monday is the beginning of the month, so it'll be the 1st. So if you are in quadrant 1, make sure your stuff is out by at 7. And it could take them a few days to get there. It just depends on how many other people in that quadrant have and put out bulk and how much they've put out.
All right, police department updates. These are the 2019 Weatherford PD Awards. So we wanted to recognize these men and women. Volunteer of the Year went to Kent Mars. He's in the top left. Civilian of the Year, Tina Maxwell, top right. Supervisor of the Year, David Foreman. Officer of the Year, Paul Tumlin. And Telecommunicator of the Year, goes to Kevin Edwards in the middle left. So congratulations to all of those men and women in the police department, which is part of the city of Weatherford, and we're very proud of them and of their accomplishments.
And they will be recognized on February 11th at the city council meeting. So if you want to come see them there, they should all be present for that as well.
So testing for new officers is this Friday and Saturday. The process is closed at this time, but there will be some new friendly faces over at the police department in the coming months. And we've actually sworn in many new officers in the last 2 to 3 months. And so there's lots of new faces. And so we're happy to have them with the city of Weatherford. Some of our officers have retired. I know I've probably gone to more retirement receptions lately. Yeah. I feel like, but that's a good thing. So we're happy for those who are retired. We're excited for those coming in. So it's a good time here in the city of Weatherford and the police department.
Sweet. So this week we split up TPW updates because they sent us maps for all 3 major areas that have closures and things going on. So I went ahead and divvied them up. So at the intersection of West Lee and Lamar, it is still closed. They're expecting that it should take 2 to 3 weeks. I know we're a few weeks in, but of course that's weather permitting, guys. We haven't always had like sun-free days or days that you can work with concrete and stuff based off of temperature. So we are working on that. So if you look on the right-hand side of your screen, you can see what it is looking like. They are going to soften the corners, but we're also putting medians in, and that's to slow people down. We have a lot of people going more than 20 miles over the speed limit, and we have a couple of residents in that area that are 98 and one that is 101 who lives off of that street, and people blow by all the time. So we're trying to do some of that traffic calming and help direct people. And what that is a lot of people trying to avoid downtown, cut through all of the neighborhoods, and they fly through them. So this is a way for us to kind of slow it down. And the red ones are the ones that are going to have that slightly sloped curb. We don't hope people drive over them, but it's the ones that are more gentle on the car if you do. And green is where there will be a nice curb, and then that green median will actually have some grass in it.
Yep, and I think this is a great example of things that we're doing within those neighborhoods, and it kind of goes back to the downtown bypass project and why we're looking to do that, because the traffic numbers are increasing through the neighborhoods, and now we're having to do some things in the neighborhoods because people are avoiding downtown as our population and our growth continues to go on the rise. So definitely in relation to the downtown bypass and why that project is equally as important. My only question for this, Nicole, do you know, are they making that a 4-way stop right there, or is that still going to be a through?
I do not. You know what? I do not remember. I know that I think it was going to stay the way that it already existed, but I'm not positive. I do know that they were adding in sloped ramps between the 4 corners, so it's more handicap accessible there. I know that they're 75% complete, and they're hoping to have it fully back open again by end of next week. But again, it's just kind of weather permitting. I know that they've taken a look at where it makes sense through all of the traffic studies and things they do as to whether or not they make certain side streets 4-way stops or not, but I'll look into that one.
Okay, cool. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
No, you're good. I honestly, he might have told me and I just totally do not remember. So then the second one is a notice as well. So it is that there will be construction on East Ackerd Street between South Main and Sloan Street. And then on Sloan Street between Eureka and East Josephine will be under construction. And that started January 15th. They're thinking it should last around 6 weeks. Again, weather permitting, but we wanted to let everyone know what was going on there and show you guys a map of where that construction will be happening. So yeah. And then the third update for TPW is actually over at the intersection of South Tower Street and East Columbia. It will be closed to through traffic for road improvements, and that will be February 1st through the 8th. So that one has not begun yet, but it will this next week. Again, it's expected to last a week, but that's kind of just weather permitting. We kind of have to bear with the fact that Mother Nature could decide to rain at any second, or it could get too cold to be able to work with a lot of the road or even in the ground. So we'll keep you guys updated as we learn more on that project.
And then the animal shelter. If I can talk, the animal shelter. We were actually over at the animal shelter earlier or last week. Was it last week? Yeah, last week. And so we were over there. This is just some updated photos of the project that's taking place to build new facilities for the vet tech program in conjunction with our partnership with Weatherford College as well. So they're moving along very nicely. This Saturday, volunteer orientation. Sign up if you're interested in that as well. And the name of this building that you see in the photos is the Medical and Surgical Center, is the name of that. So lots of Weatherford College students will get the opportunity to work there along with our vet and all of our city employees that operate and run the animal shelter every day. Last week, they had 22 adoptions, 25 returned to owners, 11 animals pulled by rescues, and 56 animals came into the shelter.
86.
Does that say 86? Oh, okay, 86. Sorry, I couldn't read it. It was so small. I'm sorry.
Well, I wanted the pictures to show.
Oh, okay. It's okay. So anyways, great things happening over at the animal shelter. And
this Saturday, they're actually doing their volunteer orientation. So you can learn more on the website or their Facebook page. So sign up if you're wanting to be a volunteer. Anything from helping with paperwork in the office to walking animals, helping bathe them, whatever you're wanting to help, we can always use the volunteers.
Excuse me. All right. Well, I think that's all we have for today, Nicole.
Yeah.
Let me here we go. There we are.
Yay.
So that's all we have for today. We'll be back next Tuesday, same time, 11 a.m. And next week, we'll talk about economic development. We were supposed to talk about economic development last week, but Nicole and I were pulled in a million different directions. And so we try to be on each week. But with the holidays and doing some other things, we had to cancel last week. But we'll be here next week to talk about economic development and things happening in Weatherford, and our famous rumor control. We'll talk about rumors going around.
We have some exciting new stuff that came from our economic development department too to share next week.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. But in the meantime, y'all stay safe, everyone. And as always, you can reach out to us via email. Oh, smile. Heidi said smile. There you go. How do I talk and smile? It's very, very, very hard.
I don't know. You just kind of roll with it.
Just roll with it. Okay. So we'll be back next week. In the meantime, y'all stay safe out there. You can always reach out to us via social media. Give us a call. Shoot us an email. You can look us up on weatherfordtx.gov as well. So Nicole and I are always happy to have conversations with you all each week and answer your questions. That's what we're here for. And let's build a strong community together. And I think we're doing that each week. So thanks for tuning in, and keep smiling.